Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an update on the markets. We're going to talk about the markets in general. We're going to kind of look at everything. We're going to start off with Zion oil and gas. And we're going to look at the price of it and talk a little bit more about that first before the overall state of the markets, and give you my opinion on that, on the stock market, and then the crypto market as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, comment. And let's go from there. So Zion oil and gas, guys, dropped all the way to under 4 cents, 0.0386, and it bounced obviously all the way to about a little over 4.5 cents from people coming in scooping shares up. But this could could be, it actually now is the low for the 180-day 4-hour time frame and the 180-day 1-hour time frame. And as you see, we just basically went straight down off the cliff. Typically, that signals that we're going to bounce a little bit off of that. So a couple things, shorter term and longer term. So shorter term, I do think that we do still have some risks, not only in this stock, but the markets overall in general. Okay, so it does make for some interesting and kind of like tempting buys here at these levels. But I think you're going to get another shot at 3 cents or maybe even below, as crazy as that sounds, and here's why. So, and really the main thing here is the tensions in the Middle East, right? And specifically, this company, okay, as Iran threatens to go and attack Israel, that still hasn't happened yet. All right, and the markets, guys, are going to react to that. Like, I really think they're going to react to that very negatively and have a lot of fear in the markets. That's why I think that this recovery that we see is going to be short-lived if something does indeed happen, and specifically this stock as well, because, I mean, think about it. If the stock market's going to react because of something happening, you know, between Iran and Israel, what do you think is going to happen to a company that is actually located in a place in which people are attacking? Okay, so I don't wish that upon them. I really hope that something happens where that doesn't happen, where they can get some type of peace deal going or whatever, and not have that happen. But if there's anything, any type of indication that that does happen, then, you know, it's going to be pretty bloody. And so just hope that this recovers before anything like that happens. Just hope that it comes up and gets maybe back to 5 or 6 cents or something, or above that, if that's going to happen. Okay, and which again, when things go straight down, typically they bounce up and have a decent recovery. So I'm expecting to see a couple green candles here this morning for Zion oil and gas. Longer term, wherever it does settle, if it settles somewhere in here, longer term, guys, especially with good news with their results of the MJ01, double, triple, quadruple play opportunity. Just saying. Okay, if it settles at 3.5 cents, 4 cents, off of some good news, will it get to 8 cents? Oh, you better believe it. Probably the same day that they make some announcements. Will it get to 10 cents? Absolutely. So just to keep that in mind, it's a little risky to kind of enter in here, in my opinion, like a bigger position, but maybe a smaller position. So just kind of keep that in mind. So let's look at the S&P 500 and take a look at it and see what type of drop that we had and where we might settle. As you see, we are undervalued, oversold, and we kind of bounced around 51.8230. It actually break below that all the way down to 51.1569 and bounced up. The foreign market, Japan markets, everything are having a recovery rally for sure overnight, so you can expect for us to see one as well, and just kind of wait and see, kind of go from there what happens. But I think we do pop our head back up. However, I do not think that the volatility is over. I think that we see a relief rally here if something else comes out, and a lot can happen, not just from Middle East tensions, but there's just telling you guys, this is election year, man. Crazy stuff. You just never know what can come up that can spook the markets. And if it breaks below 51.8230, which we're pretty close to it now. Okay, we're at 51.8633. We break below that, you're looking at 50.3175. And then if you break below that, 59.8119, 46.6685, and then 43.9282. So once we figure out like what I think the big event that's going to make it continue, you know, if something indeed does happen like that, then wherever it kind of bottoms out, that's where I'll come in and buy. I'm not buying yet. I'm just kind of patiently waiting and watching and observing and seeing what's going to happen. Another thing to keep in mind here, okay, this line here, do you see what direction it's going, right? It's going down. When this blue line goes down and it crosses and goes underneath this pink line here, that typically signals that we're going to see more downside to come, and vice versa when it crosses over. Okay, see how it crossed over here, and we had a very nice run from 52.24 to 56.69, and now we could be going, you know, in the opposite direction, and could come, who knows, all the way down here. If it gets anywhere close to these two channels here, I'm coming in, I'm going to start buying very heavily, depending on the situation of what brought it there. Okay, so we'll just kind of have to wait it out and see and kind of go from there. So let's take a look at the crypto markets. So we'll start off with Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu up 19% within the last day. Got all the way down to 40.1127. And nice little bounce off of that bottom. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. This website is sometimes so slow, guys, so I apologize. But Bitcoin, decent recovery as well. Got all the way down to, I think it hit like 49,000 and some change, and then now up 7% on the day at 55. So just kind of keep an eye. This is the big one to watch here, guys. Bitcoin, if this is rolling and moving, everything else behind it's going to be rolling and moving. If this is crashing and falling, everything else is going to be really ugly. So this is the main thing to keep an eye on. Like I said, sometimes this website's slow, but it's up 7%, almost 8% on the day, which is good. You could see a little push to the upside. But I don't know. Again, just keep an eye on the news. Keep an eye on the tensions in the Middle East is the main thing. The next negative potential catalyst that could happen and bring it down lower. Now, a catalyst that can happen to bring it up higher is if the Fed comes in and cuts rates sooner than expected. Then that can push the markets up pretty fast. Okay, so it can go either way here. There's really no way of knowing. So my plan now is to hold and observe and watch over these next 2 weeks. And if we get a push to the upside, awesome. We're basically back where we started, back where we were a couple days ago. If we get a massive move to the downside based on some bad news or something, then I'll look to come in and buy, because we'll just kind of let it play out until I think that, you know, I see some prices that I like on some stocks and cryptos and things like that, and just kind of go from there. So anyway, guys, let's make sure you have a plan in place. I wanted to provide an update. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.